Hey guys, Christina and Frank here from Promo A Go Go on the Go Go. We're back in Canada. What a fabulous time in Mexico, and we're going to do a follow-up video on that. But first, we had something kind of scary happen to a friend of ours. And I know a lot of you guys would probably be interested in his story. So what happened was our friend Scott had a stroke while he was in Mexico. So we talked to those guys, and they are going to be kind enough to tell us their story, what happened, everything with the medical part of things in Mexico, and what else?
Well, we're really happy that Scott's okay. It was a close call and all that. We found out just a few days ago, but Scott and Heather are very good friends of ours that we met on expat night or friendship night. And we just want to hear their story and let them tell it. And the people were very gracious. The expat people all kind of came together and
Yeah, and they'll tell you all about this story. So I'm just gonna like swing the camera around here. You know us, we don't do editing and all that stuff because we don't know how. So it might take me a minute to focus in on these guys, but let us introduce you guys to Scott and Heather, and they're from Arizona, but now permanently in Mexico. So here we go, guys. Meet Scott and Heather.
Hi guys.
Okay, wait, I gotta find you there.
Hola, ¿qué pasa?
Hola, hola, as they like to say here.
I'm Scott. That's Heather. So on
There's no
Friday,
Scott.
I was napping in a hammock, and when I woke up from the hammock, I noticed that the entire left quadrant, upper quadrant of my vision was gone. I was completely blind there. Everything left and above the center of my face, and so it was in both eyes. It was obvious it was a stroke. I'd had a micro stroke in Arizona 3 months ago that rectified itself in about 2 hours. So I was aware, of what was going on. We went across the street to a clinic. The clinic took my vitals. He had us take a taxi down to the local Puerto Morelos hospital. And that was a private hospital. We didn't go to the public hospital due to the severity of this. And so once we got down there, they did a CT scan, and they did a EKG, and the scan came back. They could not see the stroke, but it was obvious that there was one. So I had an ambulance trip down for an MRI in Playa del Carmen. Arrived down there, they did a CT. While I was there for 2 days. They did an MRI, an angioplasty, two CAT scans, ultrasounded my arteries, which found minor but stable plaque in the carotid arteries that they don't believe was the issue. And I had a private room. I had 6 specialists. The care was wonderful. They were so attentive. Every day they would come in and check, is your food good? Are you comfortable? Can we make this better? And the whole time I was lying there, obviously it's so frightening. The one beautiful thing was I just kept telling myself in the back of my head, this is not U.S. billing. This is not the U.S. hospital system. It's very good care down there, but they don't fluff. The room was pretty basic, but it was very comfortable, and the care was just top notch.
They seem to put the patient above profits down here.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So with all that diagnostic and 6 specialists, my meals, um, and a private room for 2 days. I got discharged Sunday, and the bill was $7,700 US.
Wow.
Wow.
In the United States, in 1985, I had a CAT scan for viral encephalitis. A 2-hour visit. I was given 2 Tylenols and sent home. That's 2 Tylenols and 1 CAT scan almost 40 years ago. That was $2,200.
Jeez.
Wow.
So this would have been a small fortune in the United States. Besides that, in the U.S. they would have thrown in so many extra tests to cover themselves against lawsuits.
What do you predict the
and
price would have been,
we-
Scott? So,
what it would have been in the
yeah,
U.S.
what would you guess?
My best guess for what I got has to be over 50 grand.
Wow.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we also, because we have our residency here, we have temporary residency, but it is residency. We do get a discount. We aren't sure how much it is yet. The bill's a little tough to decipher because it is in Spanish. Yeah, the number one thing is that the care was absolutely fantastic. No, I did not have the best furniture in the world. I didn't have acoustic tiles on the ceiling. When they put me in the MRI, if you've ever had an MRI, it is deafening. They gave me foam earplugs instead of what my brother said they did in the U.S. was they gave him noise canceling headphones that played music. Okay, I don't need that for the bill they're going to charge.
Right.
No, right.
I got exactly the care I need. And one of the really interesting things about this is I have battled high blood pressure for 35 years. None of my doctors have ever got it completely in control. I am now 120/80, and that's 15 minutes after riding a bicycle around town.
Wow.
Resting, it tends to run more in the 110/70 with a heartbeat around 45 to 50. So they really, really nailed that.
Wow.
These guys were good.
They were
Good.
so good, and they spoke such good English.
I was just
And
going to
I
ask.
just have, yeah, the doctors, I wasn't there for the conversation Scott had with the neurologist and the cardiologist and the physical therapist and the dietitian, all of those. I wasn't there for that, but I just want to say that the community here, expats as well as Mexican friends that we have now, rallied around us.
They leapt to our aid.
Our landlord, who is in Montreal, was ready to get on a plane and come.
Oh my God.
It was unbelievable.
It's emotional to talk about because it was so overwhelming. The love that we were shown from people that have only known us for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And Teresa and Pancho, our Mexican friends that are so dear to us now, they stayed with us as much as they could. Teresa was there all day Saturday and Sunday, which
She was our translator.
she helped us understand when we didn't understand what they were trying to tell us. And we have no words.
Another important difference between here and the U.S. was that in the U.S., when I have gone in for any procedures, if you question their doctors, why are you doing this, and this sort of thing, they do not want to tell you. It is the fear of a lawsuit in case something goes wrong. You're going to say, oh, well, the doctor said this. These guys were so forward. I was asking questions. They went in depth. This is why we're doing this. Oh, look, this is what I'm seeing. And they're showing me exactly what they're seeing.
Nice.
That put me in so much ease because there wasn't this mystery of what are you seeing? Are you seeing something bad? And they're hiding from you. There was none of that. It was completely in the open. This is what we are doing. We want you to understand. That doesn't happen with U.S. doctors. They give you get the cliff notes at the end of the procedure,
Mm-hmm.
and then hallelujah, try to pay your bill.
Well, they just seem in the U.S. They just seem like they want, because they're the doctors with all the big expensive education, that you should just trust them because they know.
Yeah.
Right.
And here, they have the same thing. You know, they have it. They have a very, very good education, and they're doctors that know what they're doing. But they're so kind and want you to know what's happening and want you to be at ease with the treatment that you're getting. And it was just phenomenal. It was just phenomenal.
I honestly, I'm not sure, but it's very possible that the ambulance transfer from Puerto to Playa del Carmen, and then they had to put me in the ambulance 2 more times because they can't wheelchair you across the street. So they had to drive me across the street and then back from the MRI. I honestly would wonder how much just that ambulance bill would have been in the U.S. It would not be cheap.
No.
And yet I got all of this for $7,700.
That's fantastic.
Incredible.
Yeah.
That's really fantastic.
Yeah. And we can't thank you guys enough for all the introductions
Yeah.
that you made to all the people that we know now that are dear friends of ours. And Dan and Rita came and let the dogs out and fed them, and Allie hid under the bed and growled at them at one point.
It's become a real community there for everybody, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Very, very, very much.
Yeah.
And it's really cemented the facts in our brains here that this is where we're supposed to be.
Yep.
There's absolutely no doubt in our minds, and we love this town so much.
Another good thing to mention is, please, if you are over 55, read up on the warnings of strokes. I knew them. I knew the warnings, and yet my symptoms seemed, this arm going numb every now and then for the past year. It seemed like a pinched nerve. And if you've got some of these warning signs, just get it checked.
Yeah.
Don't wait for all of a sudden, this big flood to come through and you never get to walk again or something.
Right.
It's just not worth it.
Yeah. And also, if you plan to be down here for, maybe like you guys are doing, snowbirds for a while until you retire, and live here permanently or whatever you decide to do, definitely it's worth looking into getting your residency, because that, I believe, we don't know how much it saved us, but we were told it saved us quite a bit.
That's great.
Being Mexican residents, they really look after you.
And you can get Mexican medical insurance at the banks. So there's one near Super Rocky, I think it's called BBVA or something, BBCA. That's where we were recommended to go, and we can get inexpensive medical insurance for here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
fantastic.
that's on the slate.
Yeah.
So we'll be looking into that.
So my eyesight is coming back. I still do have a fairly large blind spot. It gets very interesting that riding a bicycle, there's a car. Nope, it just disappeared. Oh, there's the car. So Heather's in front of me, and I have to do a lot more scanning. But the blind spot is much smaller. I have a lot more of my vision back. And as the brain swelling goes down, the vision should come back. They are expecting a
That's fantastic.
or very close to full recovery.
Awesome, Scott.
That's
I got
fantastic news.
clipped by the mirror, but not the bus.
That a boy. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, we need you around for a long, long time, my friend.
Absolutely. We just started this adventure.
Exactly.
Yeah, we gotta play guitar.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We got a lot more living to do.
Yeah, we'll hold the fort down till we get back there, eh, guys?
You guys are a great
We
fit
will
for
do
Puerto
that,
Morelos.
for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was authorized a shot of mezcal by my doctor when I got home.
No way.
So there you go.
Nice.
Yes.
Tequila.
Thank you, Serge.
I swear to God, it cures everything. Well, thank you so much, guys, for talking to us about this. I know it's been a scary haul for the last few days, but we're so glad you're with us.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Other than I wasn't terrified about the money.
Yeah.
If I was in the U.S., I probably would have had a coronary.
Right, yeah.
Worrying about the bill.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big ease off your mind, isn't it? Especially
Yeah,
under
it's-
such trauma
it's-
like that.
Yeah.
It's the last thing you want to worry about.
Yeah.
Well, you look really good, Scott.
You
Thank
look
you.
great.
You look great,
You guys
buddy.
did
And
too.
you look great, fantastic too, Heather.
Oh, well.
After all you've gone through. Yeah. Well, you guys
Yeah.
stay healthy, okay?
You
Yeah.
betcha.
And we will
Thank
see you guys in November.
Yay.
You're not
Or-
done with us yet, guys.
Yeah, maybe
We're coming
October.
back.
Maybe July. We don't know. Love you guys, and thank you so much for taking your time out and sharing this with the YouTube world. I know it's going to be very informative. People have always wondered what happens, what if. So
Yeah, thanks for sharing your story. It's a lot of valuable information for people that might hopefully not be in that situation, but if they are, they know they're going to be in good care.
It was wonderful care.
Yeah,
Great.
really
Nice.
good care, and we're happy to share our story
thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
with everybody.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Enjoy
love
the
it.
sunshine.
You bet.
All right. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye bye.